Boom, there we are live. Hello, everyone. I just, before we trying to get him on right quick. Jerome, can you hear us yet? That's how it is when you get to going live. Had them last minute hiccups going on. But we're gonna have the show must go on. Let
Yes, it
me
must.
let me clear my throat. My
Have
mic keeps
mercy.
on. Okay, there he is. Let's see. Let me see. I got Big Poke Dog. Poke Dog, check mic.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Roger. We can't see you, but we can hear you.
All right, it's coming. Just give me a second.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go and get on with this intro, and then we're gonna get things to going, and then we'll make it do what it do.
Yes, sir.
And look like Jerome just jumped on off. So anyway, here we go. Hello, everyone. I am Paul Wizzo. I'd like to welcome you out to Wizzo Talk. If you'd like to subscribe to Wizzo Talk, the link is in the description or strolling right across the bottom of the screen. I appreciate your support. You like to be there he is. There he is. Appreciate that. We got you now. Once you subscribe, just make sure you hit that notification bell because I post according to my guest availability rather than on a fixed schedule. So we don't want you to miss on out on nothing. And just remember, it is absolutely free, 100% free to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate your support. You also like to follow me. I am Paul Wizzo on Facebook. You like to be a guest on Wizzo Talk, by all means, just hit me up in the comments, in the chat, smoke signal, carrier pigeon, whatever you got to do, get me the signal, the bat signal, and we will get you on the show. And don't worry about a topic because I have plenty of them. So we supposed to have two other guys, maybe three that's supposed to join us, but the show must go on. So guys, we're gonna do our intro, and then we're gonna set it off in the barbershop. So let me go and come on with Chocolate Buddha.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your world's favorite All-American, RVB Baker Jr., aka Chocolate Buddha. And I want to tell y'all two things. Number one, I'm always happy to be here with my brothers here on Wizzo Talk because Wizzo doing some things. And shameless plug for Wizzo Talk. You have proven that you are more than just a content creator and on this website. And I'm gonna call you out for doing good, man. Our brother Seven was down, couldn't hear anything about it, but because of Wizzo, we got to find out where he was at, how he's doing, and he's doing better. And that wouldn't have never happened if it wasn't for Wizzo taking those steps to go check on him. And that shit means something to me, man. I mean, that really hit me right here, bro. So I want to be the first to thank you right here on your page. And thank you for being more than just somebody that's just trying to get numbers or clicks. Because you said it from day one. You're not here for the clicks or the money. You're doing this for some real shit. And you shit for the community. So big ups to you, Wizzo.
All right, appreciate that, Chocolate Buddha. Appreciate it. No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, my boy Seven, man. So anyway, appreciate that. Let me come over to Poke Dog. What you got, Poke?
Oh, appreciate you having back on. Love being here. And Chocolate Buddha hit it right on the head. He beat me to it. I was actually going to say something along the exact same lines, man. Like, I want to say thank you. I appreciate you showing that love, 2-7. That's one of our brothers in arms. So, yes, thank you a lot. We appreciate that, man. And you're a good dude for it any day of the week. I can say that for sure.
All right, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. All right.
As you said, Big Poke is the name. Same way all across the internet, you can find me. I swear you will. It'll be just like that. As always, I like to bring a word of the day. This one I thought was funny because you never actually would use it in a sentence, but everybody is familiar with it. Onomatopoeia. Yeah.
I can't even say that. Onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia, yeah.
I know.
Again, like you probably never use it in a sentence, but we are all familiar with it in practice. Yeah. So, for instance, mink, mink. That's how the kids say it nowadays, with like making fighting sounds. Mink, 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 mink. Another one from the Batman series. Bam, wham, pow. Like sound effects for action. That's basically what onomatopoeia is. Again, a word you would never use in a sentence on a regular basis, but in practice, we are all familiar with it.
Definitely.
That's my word for today.
All right. You good on them words. Appreciate that. Before you do your intro, let me make sure. Jerome, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all now.
Okay, you ain't missed much. We doing intros right now, so I'll come to you just a little bit. All right,
Okay.
Poke Dog, I think I've been missing some of them. I don't really get to get on Facebook as much, so I've probably been missing some of them words of the day, or they'll come up through my feed once I'm strolling. So some of them I definitely be need some help with myself. Shit, pronouncing them.
Sure.
Okay, Rico, what you got on that intro?
Hey, what's going on? It's Rico, and if you want to follow me, you can follow me at Riding with Rico. I'm also AKA the Tangerine Ninja. I want to give a shout out to the Pomegranate Samurai, AKA Seven. Get well. Hope you watching. If you watching, get well soon.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, Jerome, what you got on your intro? Whatever you like to say, just if you just want to say your name. I know you're new to the scene, so it's up to you. What you got for everybody?
What's up, fellas? Just want to say what's up. I'm gonna see what's up, and I'm glad to be here, man. I heard some good stuff about what's going on here.
All right, that's what's up. So, guys, I got one thing to read off, and then I got a twist for tonight. We have two other guys that were supposed to be on, and one of them hit me up and really wanted to come on, but I don't know what may have happened or whatever. But that's why I always try to invite more for the ones that just kind of ghost me sometime or something come up and they don't get a chance to holler at me or whatever. So I'm going to read this, and then I'm going to get off into my little twist. Wizzo Talk is an unfiltered, unscripted podcast designated for mature audience. If you are uncomfortable with explicit language or direct conversation, this may not be the space for you. We speak openly here without holding back. Don't let strong, explicit words distract you from the powerful message being shared, meaning that we gonna say whatever the fuck we want to pretty much. So if you're offended by some of the words that we may be saying as an adult, because this podcast is not made for kids, then you may want to move around. But I appreciate you for stopping by and just thinking that you might want to check in on Wizzo Talk, because we are uncut, unedited. So, guys, with that being said, let me tell the audience out there. Hey, audience, right now, we're in the barbershop talk. So the way it goes in the barbershop, it's all Wizzo Talk is not all about Paul Wizzo. So each one of these guys here have a chance to bring up their own topic. So if you leave, you're going to miss something just because you see what the topic is about the lies he told. That's just me putting up something up in there, something which is going to cover what I have. I have no idea what the guys are going to bring up. They don't even know who's going first, second, third, or what. We just in the barbershop. So when you sit your ass down in the chair, you have no idea what that barber going to talk about. And that's what we're doing in the barbershop. So, guys, here's my twist. I have one question for each one of y'all. It is not a question for us to talk about or anything. It's just something that I want to ask you. I'm going to call it like an icebreaker. And so with that being said, we're going to go and come to the new guy, the new kid on the block, Jerome in the house. So, Jerome, I'm going to ask you this right here, and then you just answer it however you want to. What's something about a woman, what's something a woman can do to just piss you off?
Have a fucked up attitude for nothing.
Fucked up attitude for nothing. Okay.
Just wake up with a bad attitude.
Okay. I got you. That can definitely piss somebody off. All right. Well, let me come on over here to Poke Dog. Oh, if you can give go ahead.
I have a question. Is this a random woman or your woman?
I wasn't going to even ask him. I just was saying just what's something that a woman can do to piss him off. But you got to. Did you hear him, Jerome? Poke
Yeah,
Dog
but I didn't know. I didn't know if his question was for me or you. That's why I was quiet.
No, it's for you.
A random woman, because with my woman we could work through it. A random woman, you just wonder what the fuck wrong with you.
Right. Okay. All right. That's what's up. Respect that. Okay, so I'm gonna come over here to Pope. If you can give one piece of advice to a young teenager today, what would that be?
Value your youth.
Okay.
Yeah. Value your youth, because I know there was a time, without even thinking about it, some people would tell me that they thought that I felt like I was invincible. And I could say I'm lucky, blessed, however you want to look at it, favored to have had that mentality and made it to gray hairs.
All right, that's what's up. Okay, so y'all, these are just icebreakers that I got going on. So now let me come over here to Chocolate Buddha. Chocolate Buddha, what's your advice to any person going through domestic violence right now, but don't want to leave the marriage? And I say any person because I don't want to say a man or woman because domestic violence is on both. So I don't want to limit to just one. So what is your advice to that person that's going through some domestic violence but don't really want to leave the marriage?
Okay, domestic violence is right in my wheelhouse of what I do every day. But before I talk about that and get serious, I got to go back to Big Poke because I felt like he was talking directly to me, about being invincible, jumping out of planes and helicopters and dodging bullets and shit. He absolutely right, man. Because damn, I felt that when he gave the information. Why you youth, y'all? Shit. But back to the question for me for somebody going through domestic violence and they don't want to lead their significant other. The first thing that I'm going to tell them is get people involved. I don't like to sit back and tell people, hey, you just need to leave this person because they're bad, or you need to report them to the police because they're bad, because I don't know the full story. And one of the things that I've learned with domestic violence is that sometimes what appears to you first is not what the full picture is. But if you're going through something out there, you definitely don't need to have that hidden or alone. People need to know. And when I say people, I'm not just talking about the person that's being abused, the person that is doing the abuse. And y'all know that I'm 100% against any predator or anybody that's okay with violence to anybody domestically. But when it comes to domestic violence, and 55 years on the planet, I learned some things. Sometimes the person that's putting hands on is doing that as the result of something. Doesn't give them the right to do that. But like I always tell people, and I'm gonna stress this to men, because usually men are on this end of it. If you mad enough to hit her, be man enough to walk away from her. And that doesn't mean leave the relationship. Walk away and get somebody involved, because there's something going on there that the two of you can't figure out or handle. And before it gets any bigger, get somebody involved. When I say get somebody involved, I mean a counselor. I mean a trusted family member, not nooking them that's gonna come over there and stomp somebody out and shit, but somebody that's responsible, to try to balance the thing out and try to get y'all to a level playing field to y'all can figure out how y'all gonna work it out or how y'all gonna walk away from each other. But definitely don't keep that shit quiet. That's how people come up missing. Gotcha. Share it, talk to somebody, and get that help.
That's what's up. Appreciate that. All righty. We're going to come to Rico. Like I say, this is just icebreakers before we get off into the real barbershop talk. I'd like to thank all our viewers for watching right now. You'd like to subscribe to Wizzo Talk. The link is in the description or scrolling across the bottom of the screen. I can't even talk because there's wine in me. And make sure you post any of your comments in the chat. I'll share them on the screen. Damn, did I say that one right too? I don't know. Rico.
What's going on?
Y'all get ready for this one.
Oh, Lord.
Rico, if you can give one piece of advice, one piece, I'm sure there's many. If you can give one piece of advice to a die-hard MAGA, what would it be?
Don't you say it.
I'm going to say is, me personally, I wouldn't even talk to them people because they stupid. So I wouldn't even talk to the people. But if I could tell them something, I would advise them to make better choices in life, because you keep running with a dude who ain't gonna do nothing for you and gonna keep you impoverished. So make better choices. Realize you've been bamboozled, hoodwinked, and all of that all your life.
What's our big word, Big Pope? This is a good time to use that motherfucker.
Onomatopoeia.
This is
Onomatopoeia.
shit. Onomatopoeia going on.
Okay. All right, guys. So I'll get off into my first topic, but before I do, I think Seven is watching. Big shout out to you, Seven. You heard the guys talk about you, man. So we appreciate it and appreciate you tapping in. I have to say that he's doing a hell of a lot better from day one when I saw him. So that's good, and I will continue to keep you guys updated as I am updated. Take due notice thereof and govern yourselves accordingly. Sound like the old preacher. Last thing before I get off into my topic, guys, I made a video post here a while back about donating food if you can. So if you can donate anything to your local food pantry, just make sure you go by and drop something. I picked up some things this morning. I'm going to drop them by this evening. But after I was picking them up, I said to myself, I really wish I'd have just dropped the money off because shit, I didn't really want to be picking all that stuff up in there. But I spent about like $50 maybe worth of stuff to drop off to the food pantry. Okay, we got all that out the way. The little icebreaker right there, kind of just come up with a different little question for each one of you guys. So I'm going to get off into my first talking point. And like I say, those that's watching now, Barbershop Talk, not all about me. Everybody here that's usually going to bring up something or we're going to talk about something. It's going to piss some people off. It's going to make some people mad. But like Chocolate Buddha say, hey, we have to have those conversations sometime. So here's my talking point. Stephen A. Smith.
Wow.
So you know, we've all heard and seen about him talking bad about Jasmine Crockett, talking about, you know, she's street and all she's saying about street. What are you gonna do is talk about Trump, this, talk about him like that, bringing the street. She represent over some thousand people, whatever. And you know, then I watched another little video about him trying to apologize after he was taking some heat back and stuff like that. But where I'm going with this is free speech. You know, we've talked about that before, Poke. I think Rico and Chocolate Buddha, we talked about it before. You know, wondering, do we have it? And I think we have it, except for the number 2 where we threatening somebody or doing something like that. He's a commentator, whatever. So he's just up there talking. He didn't threaten her. He didn't talk bad. He just voiced his opinion. So I'm just trying to ask you guys, why is it that everyone's talking about now counseling? They cancel him out, don't want to follow him no more, unsubscribe to him, want him to lose his job. I mean, it was almost the same way with the a lot of the gays that was not the gays, the comedians that was telling gay jokes and everything like that. And people boycotted them, wanted them to be, you know, stop saying it. But we on Jasmine Crockett and Stephen A. What's the big deal about it? I mean,
Man, can I jump on that first?
Yeah, go ahead.
First of all, this onomatopoeia here, he been fucking up before, Jasmine Crockett, and the reason that I take issue with him is because he has a bad track record of going after black women.
Yeah,
and that's my problem. When we talk about free speech, I don't think free speech is going anywhere. People can say what the hell they want, but accountability, that's a motherfucker.
Right.
Accountability is and if you want to do something, you either need to stand on 10 toes to back up what you say or learn something about it, or watch what you say. Because I tell everybody, hey, you can say whatever you want about me and to me, but the repercussions, you better be able to handle that shit. That's all I'm saying. So let's talk. But again, with old Stephen A. Smith, it's his track record. If this was just like one time he said something and it was just a little bit, that would have been different. But again, if you go back and look at him, the many times people have come after him, he'd either been going after black women or with my man, the basketball dude and his son, just out of pocket shit. And for me personally, if this joker's up here whining to defend Agent Orange against a little black woman, dude, you out of pocket with me.
Yeah.
And I say black because she is black, it has reference. But even if it was a little white woman and this dude was coming after that person because he feels they upset the king want to be president, you out of pocket, bro. Yeah. You out of pocket.
All right, that's what's up. Let me see what Jerome got. What's up? What's up? What you think about that?
I feel him. I mean, but me, I don't like him. I mean, only time I liked him was Only time I liked him was when he talked bad about the Dallas Cowboys. But
Okay, look at that.
Shots fired. Shots
Duly
fired.
noted.
so that was the only time. But I feel what he's saying though, man, because it's like he talk about black people so bad, but you always see him like he was on this news show. Did y'all see him on the news show when he got up and walked off?
Yeah.
He was the only black dude up there. Look at him sitting up in the booth with Jerry Jones. So I call him Steven, but I call him Steven from Django. That's who he is to me. That's my opinion.
Yeah, that fits.
All right. So Poke Dog, we're gonna come to you in a second. Let me see what Rico, what's your thought on it?
Hey, my first thing I want to say, he's a coward because he doesn't give that same energy to white men. He doesn't. He'll talk about black men all day long, black women, but he don't say anything negative about a white man. So he's a coward. He's an old coon, as they call it. How I do what I say. He told her she should work with Trump.
Mm-hmm.
There's no working with that man. So that was stupid as hell for you to say, for you to call yourself an intellectual. That was dumb as hell. There's no working with him. You either do what the hell he say, or you can get the hell on. He don't compromise with anyone. Mm-hmm. The black people are the people that want him gone for talking about Jasmine Crockett. Yeah. And it's because of what Buddha said, what I'm saying, because I feel like he's a clown. And lastly, someone who talks about people for a living, they shouldn't say anything about people having to say what or saying whatever it is that they want to say. He literally talks about people. I mean, athletes, and if it's some into politics or something, he even dip over into there. He talks about people. Yeah. So he's being hypocritical and he's a coward. Everyone knows that he's been a coon ass man for a long ass time. He just like Clarence Thomas, that dude Tim Scott, Byron Donalds,
Shots fired. Shots
Whitlock,
fired.
Jason Whitlock. They all the same coons. Yeah, they want to be up on the massa. And they I was gonna do what you say, massa. Yeah, that's who they are.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. Poke Dog, I know you're gonna take care of them shots fired, but I know you're making some notes because you always do. So Jerome, let me just tell you, because I know you knew, sometimes we get to covering a whole lot of shit. So some of the regulars right here, they'll take a note and you always kick it in reverse and come back to it, cover your note, because I think them cowboy shot fire is gonna get taken care of. But Poke Dog, what's up? What do you think about?
So let me ask you one question real quick.
Okay.
So, did you not hear the reason people wanted to cancel Stephen A?
No,
but
I'm talking about with the panel gauntlet that we just went through.
Yeah, I heard what he was saying.
With the guys that's talking right now?
Yes.
Okay,
Did you not hear it?
Yeah.
Okay, so because you asked the question about the question was about freedom of speech, and we kind of focused on Stephen A. Smith.
Right.
So
the
reason
go ahead.
The reason that people are saying that they want to cancel them is because of the energy that you just felt through the panel. Mm-hmm. Like that's surreal, and it's carried broadly through the culture. Mm-hmm. Like we talked about it before, like freedom of speech is not a real thing absent of consequences.
True.
And I myself, while I'm not a fan of Stephen A, I can still say that he should be able to say what he wants without consequences, as long as you're not trying to cause any real trouble, like fire in a movie theater. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing when it comes to what's that? Hold on. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. But
it happens.
Like if you say something about who is deemed a protected class, then automatically you can get the ire of the community. This would be Black women in this instance. Mm-hmm. And of course, it makes it easier for you to be a target if you've said things in the past that would make you seem less for the culture and more for a dollar, which Stephen A. has done on several occasions. And to me, like, yeah, be upset that he said it. I feel how you want to feel, but I just thought like we kind of lost track about freedom of speech. Right. And is it okay for us to say, yeah, you should be canceled because you said something that I disagree with? Okay. That's all. I kind of wanted to bring it back to that instead of how we feel about somebody who we don't think is for the culture.
Right. Okay. And then so I was talking about freedom of speech, but that wasn't the whole point. My main point was about Stephen A. saying the things that he said, about Jasmine Crockett. And me, myself, I'm one of the ones that's saying, shit, I can say whatever I want to say. I'm not trying to threaten nobody, not trying to kill nobody, whatever. I used to like Stephen A. because he just kind of talked a lot of shit. And I think that some people is turning against him now because of the fact that he's calling out Jasmine Crockett and she's a firecracker right now against Trump. But far as I'm concerned with the freedom of speech or whatever, which we really don't have, he can say whatever he wants to say. I don't like him as much. I kind of used to like him a little bit when he had what was the other guy? Shannon Sharp with him or something? I don't know. No, not when he was Shannon. Shannon, when him and Shannon was going to do a little bit of something, but I don't think he got to go that far with him. So, but anyway, that's all I was saying. Anybody else got any comment on that?
No, I believe in the freedom of speech. For me, it's about being fair across the board. If you're going to give this energy to your people, why don't you give that energy to those other people? But he won't do it. It's always a negative something to our people. Yeah, he has the right to say whatever he wants to say. So why won't he say anything about the other people? That one guy, Serena Williams' husband, came on ESPN and checked him about what he said about Serena, and he cowered down. He couldn't. I've never been mad right now. He straight him. He shut down. You see what I'm saying? He'll talk about the woman and stuff like that in black men, but a white man scared. Oh, coward.
All right. Okay, so we thinking that he's mainly people of color turning against him because he calling out people of color, not calling out any other white people.
For me,
yeah,
I think it's more than just people of color. Because if you look at it, people are getting sick and tired of people cowering down to Agent Orange, and it's easy for us to say, the black people want to cancel Stephen A. Smith, but they got a lot of people that's listening to what he's saying. It's like, dude, you out of bounds. Not because you black, not because you're talking to black, but we just not rocking with you no more. And again, I feel that anybody should be able to say what they want to say. But likewise, if motherfucker don't like you, they ain't got to like you because they used to like you. They could change their mind and let you be out there by yourself and see if those people that you defending are going to come out there and help you. And here's a news flash. They're not. They're going to let you sit out there and fall. Yeah. Go ahead, brother.
Yesterday gave us answered a lot of questions to what people thought of Trump. All that voting yesterday, Democrats swept everything. Mississippi and Alabama turned seats blue. They took the supermajority in Mississippi the first time ever. They took the supermajority. It's gone away. So that's what people think about Trump, and that's white people. It's everyone. So hitching his wagon to that orange man, it's not going to be a good look regardless. Right. He made the wrong choice. He chose the wrong side.
All right. Let me see if Jerome has something being poked, and I got one other thing to say. Jerome, you got anything else to say about old Steven?
Nah, I'm good.
You good with it?
They pretty much said everything I wanted to say.
All right, Poke, what's up? Anything else on Stephen A?
Nah, I think we didn't beat that horse enough.
Right. All right, that's what's up. So we say he can say pretty much whatever the hell he want to say. I like to say out there to our viewers that's watching right now, hey, stick around because each one of these guys bringing up their own different topic. We didn't just beat Stephen A across the head a little bit. And now we're gonna see
Peter ass.
We're gonna see who else has a little bit of something else on the mic, and see what's going on with it. So let me go and come on over here to that brother Rico. Rico, what's up with you?
Hey man, for today, I want to talk about the part of it being the importance of Black people and who we are. Who we are. That's what I want to talk about. Number one, I want to start off with everything or most things that you have, our people that have been taught about us, it's all wrong. It's a lie. These white people are running the biggest scam, and we need to wake up. The original people, not just in America. We are the original people, the first on the planet. Don't believe anything that they say. The Indians were not the originals here. It was our people. Back, if you go and look, it used to be what's called a super continent. It was called Pangea, and the plates beneath the earth were like, it caused an eruption of like a volcano, and the continent separated. That's why we get where we're at now. That's why we were here in America first, but they brought the Indians in. If you go and type in Siberian people and look at them, they look just like the Indians that's in America. They brought those people in from Siberia. That Trail of Tears and all of that was done to our people. Where's my number 4? I wrote all of these things down. I'm gonna give you an example of how hoodwinked we have been. You go look at what's called the etymology. That is the study of the origin of words. Black means pale, shiny, gleaming. You can go and look it up. Put it in Google and search "black means pale, shiny" etymology or something like that, and you will see most of the things that you have been taught about our color, our skin color, and who we are. It is wrong. Yes, we were slaves, but we were here first. We have to wake up, and because what's coming for us without unity and family, which is always the foundation of every race, if we don't wake up, we're going to fall to the wayside. These people have been trying throughout history to erase us, but yet we are still here. It's because we are the chosen people, not them people over there that call themselves the Jews, but are from the synagogue of Satan. Those people are from Eastern Europe, Ukraine, Poland, and stuff like that. I have more, but I want to hear what some more people have to say about who we are.
Okay, before we do that, guys, the people that's in the comment, the guests, the viewers that's watching, the only way that you should be able to see their comments, and if you want, you can kind of read it and address them verbally. If you wanted to type in the chat, I think what you're going to have to do is open up another window and type in the chat like that. When I was on this other program, you used to be able to go ahead and type in the chat, but right now, when you guys type to me, it's coming in the private chat. Now I can copy and paste it over to the screen, or you can just read the comment to yourself, and then you can address that person verbally if you so choose to, or if you like to. Like I said, you have to open up another screen and then type it in the chat and tag that person. But we thank y'all for watching. I see PM checking us out. I appreciate it. So now to get back to your Rico, what were you saying now? One more time. I'm sorry.
No, I was just talking about I had finished, but I was talking about who we are, trying to wake our people up and let them know who we are, and the things that most of the things that we've been taught about Black people, it's a lie. It's a lie, down to even words. Black, if you look it up in etymology, it means pale, shiny, gleaming, all of that. It's one of the words. It came from a long time ago, but they changed these things over time to make Black as bad. We are the original people. I'm gonna go back over it, but they heard what I said.
That's cool.
That's cool. I want to hear what they say.
Jerome, what you got about that? Who we are as Black people?
Like how it is. I mean, because it's us killing us, and the white people who don't want us. The white people who don't want us here, Mega and all them, they love it. They love when they see Black on Black crime. Yep. You know, I wear a T-shirt. It says Black Lives Matter. I wear that for the Black people. I don't wear it for nobody else. I don't wear it for the police. I don't wear it for white people. Nobody else. I try to get that to the Black people, man.
Right. Okay. All right. Poke Dog, what you got on who we are as Black people?
Rico was telling a lot of truths. there's a bunch of different instances where Black people have been cited to be here. If you ever had the chance, you can look up the ship logs of Christopher Columbus when he first made it to basically the Caribbean Americans. The, he was saying there was Black people there, Black as Ethiopians. Like this is written down in his captain's logs.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's lots of different instances where there's paintings showing what America was represented by Black Native American looking people. Like there's portraits, and I mean like full on portraits, because it was back when painting was the only way, you could get images, and the Americas was represented, like they had each continent represented by a specific ethnicity in one of these paintings, and it was Black, and I mean Black, pitch Black designed Native Americans as representing the Americas. The term $5 Indian, for instance, uh, that came about because when the DOS rolls were being created, the white people were trying to get in on the land that was being granted, and all they had to do was pay $5 to get put on that list. And that's how some of the dilution about what a real Native American actually would look like comes from. It's one of those things as well. Then you can also go back and see the census, especially from the churches in the 1800s and stuff like that, where they'll change it from Indian to colored to Negro to Black.
Yeah.
It's lots and lots of instances of that hiding of the actual original nature of what this country was. So, yeah, 100%. Like there's a lot going on about us being, how he said, the first people, the original people. When he was bringing up Pangea and the tectonic plates moving, which is why we are the shape of the continents now. There's a lot of evidence about that. And quiet as it's kept, it's some people that say we've been black been here for at least 300,000 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Before I go to Chocolate Buddha, you said what this country was. So you meaning you don't think it's still no longer it's God dog it. It was right there.
That's that wine. That's that wine.
Let's show that wine. I gotta come back to it. Let me come to Chocolate Buddha. God dog it.
All right, man. First, I'm gonna start this off with everybody that's saying something right now, speaking the truth, saying straight facts. But I'm gonna tell you about how I look at it. And this is a shout out straight out to my brother Seven. This is where I piss him the fuck off. But I'm black, y'all. I'm Black American, and I trace my lineage to Louisiana, where they brought blacks over, and my DNA shows the majority of my DNA on my mama's side is from Nigeria, and I got some Irish up in there, and I got some goddamn German up in there. I got some other shit from over there from the great continent. But what I didn't find is any indigenous DNA in mine. That doesn't mean that I'm not part Indian. I'm just telling you, this is how I see it. Now, why am I bringing that up? Because I'm dealing with the now. We could talk about Pangea. We could talk about Black Fact. Every human comes from Africa. That is scientific fact. They can't be denied. All they got to do is put up their blood test. But let's talk about this great place of America in a way that we can talk about in this couple of centuries. Shit went on before United States was formed, and that's where I'm focused at. And when United States was formed, there was some white people taking stuff from indigenous people and using black people to build. So when we talk about America, I don't see America as this white land that was made up and stolen from white people, as much as I see it as this great country that was built on the backs of people that look just like us. So, number one, the United States is our land, period. We don't have to go all the way back to Pangea. We can talk about Channel now. And the other reason why I'm bringing this up is that not all black people on board with moving forward as a community or as a family. Some of them, like we just talked about that Alamana Pina dude, Stephen A. Smith, motherfucker. He ain't with us. I'm not calling him brother. I don't give a shit how nappy his head is. He ain't my brother. Not talking like that. But I will tell you, they got some people out there that's lighter than us, lighter than this sweater, that would go down 10 toes and defend us to the end. So when we talk about what's going on today, I really want to focus on the fact that this is not 1950s again, where white people felt that, oh, I better be quiet or things are not going to happen good for me. People are starting to wake up and realize, hey, man, this color shit is a way to keep us separated. If you really want to look at it, it's about the haves and the have-nots. And the main thing Agent Orange has done great for this country is proven that the haves don't give a fuck about the have-nots. I don't care if you black, white, Jew, Christian, Gentile, whatever. If you're not a multi-million-dollar motherfucker, you don't matter. And that's just me. Go ahead and get mad, Seven. I know you out there kicking your monitor right now. Love you, brother.
Hey, you know he out there watching right there, want to say a whole lot of everything about
he
that.
He done put on the war partner on my ass. Yeah. I know he did.
You know, I hear everything you guys saying, you know, all of that. But white people don't care. They think this is their land, this is where they from, and our ass was shipped over here on a ship, and they would be more than happy for us to go back. Some, because just like Chocolate Buddha was saying, it's some of them that'll go to bat for us and fight with us tooth and nail right there now. So, but they don't give a shit about it, you know. And just to do a throwback, Colin Kaepernick was kneeling or whatever, and I think, and I can't remember exactly, but Mike Dicker was saying, you know, if they don't like it, you know, they can go back to where they come from. A lot of white people are sometimes quick to say, well, go back where you come from. And I'm like, well, shit, you need to check the history because your ass ain't even from here either. But shit, that's just me.
So you threw that out there. I got to put a little more mustard on that because
okay,
you're absolutely right. When Kaepernick kneeled, everybody was jumping out of the bandwagon. And when I say everybody, those motherfuckers that don't like us, because there's some black people talking about Kaepernick too. But what they don't know, the history behind that is that before Kaepernick was kneeling, you know what he was doing?
What's that?
He was sitting on the bench. When they did the Pledge of Allegiance, he would not get up. He sat down. Nobody said shit. This special forces, white special forces guy said, hey, man, I think that's disrespectful of you sitting down for this great country. I know you got some things you want to say, but in the military, when we have a fallen one, we show our respect by going down on one knee for him. You religious? Can you at least just, get up off the bench and go down on one knee? When he did that, that's when motherfuckers lost their fucking mind. And the craziest thing about it was a white SF military guy that asked him to do that. So when we talk about this stuff, we got to look at the full picture of it. They trying to make us believe that, all white people don't like all black people and all black people want to go back to Africa. No, the picture is totally different than that. And again, that picture is this. Haves, have-nots. They have more people that are working class or poverty-stricken that's sick and tired of these people on the left and the right side of politics saying, oh, we're going to do something for you if you vote for us. No, you're not. Right now, government closed down. You know who's still getting paid? Both sides of them motherfuckers, Republicans and Democrats. I'm not getting a paycheck. And people are tired of that. And it's nothing to do with color. People are starting to wake up and realize, yo, man, don't let them smooth you over with this color shit because that's how they win.
Yeah. And let me just say this right here to everyone. Hey, we're in the barbershop. So if y'all think for 1 second that we just going to stick on one thing like that, it's not going to happen. We're going to cover multiple shit just like we're in the barbershop. You got 4 or 5 guys over there cutting hair and everybody chiming in on different type of shit. So that's just kind of how we go. We started out when we was talking about where we as black people or whatever, and shit, we ended up on some kneeling and some out of Peter and all that shit like that. so you never know where we're going to be at. Guys, like y'all see, like Jerome just posted. So that's how you can do to post to share something like that or whatever right there. So hey, that's what that got to be said. Thank all of our viewers for watching. You never know what you're going to get at the barbershop. Who got something else on that? Rico?
Yeah. Lastly, I'm just saying all these things because I need our people to wake up. Our ancestors didn't go through all the things they went through with civil rights and Jim Crow and all that for our families to be broke down the way that it is. We, as Black people, are the trendsetters for the world. Everyone copies what we do. The melanin in your skin, it makes you special. You are special. Whether you are rich financially, you are rich because the melanin in your skin, they kill people just to get it out of them because they want to inject themselves with it.
Right.
Why do you think they oppress us? If they didn't, they know that we would take over everything because they know we are the superior beings. If they don't oppress us, we take over everything. I'm not saying that we should act that way or anything. I'm saying these things because we need to know who we are. Right. We are not the scums of the earth. We are not at the bottom. We are the power that drives everything. The world, across the world, most people, even a lot of white people, whether you know it or not, they waiting for us to wake up. Right. The only way these things can change is through the power of our unity.
Gotcha.
So yeah, wake up, my people, because you're gonna need your family and all that here pretty soon.
That's what's up. Just to kick it in reverse to touch on one or two things. First, I read the comment of any members of Congress donating volunteer. I don't think they didn't donated shit myself, but hey, that's just my thoughts. But I appreciate the comment. Just to touch base, because it hit me after the fact when we was talking about kneeling, Colin Kaepernick kneeling. I believe Tim Tebow kneeled also, but it was for what was it, abortion or something like that or whatever. I forgot, but I believe he took a knee for something. And we already then covered that back in the day. The NFL never did even come out when the all that shit was being sang and hung and all that shit. But that was just something. Let me cover this right quick too before I go to somebody else. Because I saw a study about the health insurance, because someone just brought up about the government shutdown, I think, and how the Democrats is wanting the health insurance and stuff like that, and the Republicans don't. But the guy on TikTok, yes, it was on TikTok, social media, did a study, and it showed that more MAGA, I won't say MAGA, but more white people was on health insurance, Obamacare, and on food stamps than Black people. That's what I'm going to say. Y'all can research that and check that out yourself. I just want to touch that out. I didn't do no research on it myself, but it's already been proven that it's more white people. And there's some good ones. And that's like old Orange say, and there's good ones on both sides. That motherfucker. But anyway, that's all I want to just say about that. I just had to touch a quick couple of little points about that. Anybody got anything else on any of that before I move on to my next?
I wanted to say something about what you just said. Okay. Another thing that they have us, they done tricked us, like the what's it called? The DEI and affirmative action. We not the welfare recipients. White women benefited the most from both of those programs. We are down like number 5, number 7, way down at the bottom from benefiting from those programs, but they make it about us because that's what they need to do, because it's another way to oppress us.
They want to make everything about us, but I ain't gonna go on there. Let me see. Anybody got anything else on that right there?
Yeah, I wanted to. Oh, go ahead, brother.
Oh, okay. Let me see what Pope got.
Chocolate Buddha said something about like this being our land, and I actually feel that same way. But I feel like more of us would feel like that if we knew historically that this is our land and that we should be invested in making it great at our terms, of course. But we should be invested in making it great because this is our land. Like that's one of the reasons when I think that what Rico is trying to say is about us needing to get to know ourselves. Like that would be one of the things, getting to know that before any palm-colored person was here, we were here.
Yes.
What's what's a palm colored person?
You talking about white people?
You know,
Well, that's been posted.
That's a nice
Look,
way
look at my
of saying it.
palm.
You know,
I'm glad everybody else was in the car with me. I'm glad everybody else was in the car with me.
I was at the door when the motherfucker wouldn't open.
Hey, that's too much of that wine, I guess.
Yeah. So let me think. I have to thank our viewers for watching right now. Hey, if we up in the barbershop, we just talking a whole bunch of little old shit about a bunch of different little random everyday topics. So I appreciate y'all staying with us and keep the comments going because you never know what's going to pop off in the barbershop. You know, we just we up in there chopping it on up. So with nothing else being said, who I think who had something before we go to somebody else?
yeah. I just wanted to touch on the DEI because I can't get enough of talking about DEI. First of all, they pulled a onomatopoeia on what DEI really is. DEI, diversity, equity. Man, I love using that word, man. It's hilarious, man.
Yeah.
When I talk to my wife, hey, we not eating tonight? You better holler my pee in that kitchen. Nah, y'all mess around, give me a shot. But DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. The reason that they came up was because the good old boy system was keeping qualified people out of position. So to diversify that and put qualified people in there, that's what DEI came up. Nobody was getting a job because they was black or because they sit down to pee. They had to be qualified for it. And when they wasn't getting that job, otherwise they got it. Now, the flip-flop that they did on this shit with DEI is really, they were trying to say DEI was a good old boy system for blacks, women, LGBTQ, whatever. What they did was took DEI out and put the good old boy system back in place. If you look at the administration right now, you can count on more of your hands and your toes, palm side up, and that's for a reason. How many motherfuckers got the job that wasn't qualified?
Right.
And every last one of them don't meet the criteria for diversity, equity, and inclusion. I'll tell you what they meet. They meet, I'll bow down, I'll kiss and suck on anything, and I look just like you, man. Hire me. That's what's going on. So when they talk about DEI, please don't say DEI is bad. Please don't believe the shit that they're looking at. Look at what it is and why it was there and stand up for it, because in our America, and I say our because this is our shit, it is strong on the world because of diversity.
Yeah.
We're getting weak because of lack of diversity, but our strength lies in our diversity. And I challenge any of them jokers to come talk to me on that.
Already.
Yes.
Any comment? Anybody?
Yeah. DEI. If people don't know this, I want to elaborate more on what Chocolate Buddha said. It just means you has to be qualified. You can't just be a white man and show up and get a job. It means you have to be qualified. And these mediocre white men are crashing out, as the young people call it, and they was having fits because they couldn't get these high-paying jobs anymore just by showing up and being a white male. I give you a prime example. Since this man has been the president, my wife works in the government. And now you apply for a job, yeah, you can upload your application, but that's not what's going to get you the job. It asks you 3 questions, basically 3 different ways of how you can further Trump's agenda. And you gotta write a letter and say that. And it's going to see who you are, and that's who they're going to hire. They fired a lot of top people in the VA system, mainly a lot of black women or minorities. That's women. Right in the system. Now they're hiring for all of these positions, and I guarantee you, a white unqualified man is going to get those jobs. They make it to seem like it's for black people, it's for gay people, it's for women, and all that. No, DEI just meant you couldn't be a white man and just show up and get a high-paying job. You have to have qualifications.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this before we go on, because Poke Dog, I'm gonna come to you. I think you got a topic to bring up if you haven't already. I'm gonna come to you, but if it's all that, then why is Trump so against it? I mean, why is he so against DEI? I mean, he was like one of his main agendas, you know. So,
because the truth hurts.
I was going to answer the question.
Oh,
I was waiting for you to finish.
Go ahead.
He's against it because it's the truth. look, the truth is white people's, not all white people, but them MAGA people like him, that's their kryptonite. The truth upsets them. It upsets them. So they must get a rise out of their base by saying these things. And them dummies, they don't read. They look at Fox News all day and believe that is the truth. And don't even realize, if you go look up Fox News, it doesn't even say it's a news station. It says it's an entertainment company. So Reagan, what's his name? Murdoch got Reagan back in the late 80s to change the rules for the FCC of what it took to get a news station on TV. And Reagan done that for him. And that's when the propaganda all started. That's what allowed them to lie to the public. That's when all this began with Fox News. So the problem with them having it is because it's the truth. They can't look themselves in the mirror and be like, man, I don't qualify. They mediocre. They don't qualify. They can't do shit. They dumb as hell, and they just won't. And then they'll get there, get paid all this money, and don't know what the hell they doing.
All right. Let's see, Pope. What you got any comment on that, or you want to go and get on to your little topic?
But look, if it ain't all white, it ain't all right. Okay, look, I tell you that right now. Okay, you boys need to get two things straight. One, all right, one and two.
Not all right. Not all right.
Hey, that's exactly how they feel.
I'll tell
My
you.
fault.
Yeah.
That was good,
buddy.
Hey, let me say this before you go to your point, Pope Dog. Now, if I'm hoping that a Democrat win in 28, and I hope they tear down that ballroom that they building back there, since it was supposed to be all donated money by the bigwigs, which I know they're not going to tear down, but I would sure hope that they would say, you know what, we're going to tear this damn ballroom down and we're going to do away with it. Oh, wait a minute, Chocolate Buddha said so. What's up?
No, I don't want them to tear it down. See, this is the same way with the Confederate statues and stuff. And I'll touch on that later. What I want them to do with that ballroom, that beautiful ballroom that they have, is change it into a whole VA operation center for veterans. Don't tear it down, repurpose it, and make them sick that everything that they wanted to do with it is now helping the people that they should have been helping in the first place. That whole wing for veterans, retired veterans, handicapped veterans, soldiers about to become veterans getting out. That's what that should be for. We got to get away from this tear, because that's their shit. Tear down shit to make shit disappear. Yeah. And the reason I brought up the Confederate shit, remember when everybody's talking about, hey, we need to take down the statues, we need to take all this stuff down? I said, no, fuck that. Leave that shit up there. I want you to leave it up, and I want you to put a big-ass unremovable plaque to say, these were the motherfuckers losers of the war that traded on their country, and this who that motherfucker is right here. Gotcha. Don't forget it, because when you go to Germany, anything that's got to do with Hitler or Nazis, they didn't tear that shit up. They made it a painful reminder of who the motherfuckers were that was bad. And that's what we got to give. Stop erasing, because every time we erase it, they come back and say, oh, that didn't happen. That's not how it happened. Just like Christopher Columbus, y'all was just talking about. You talk to them, they swear up and down. Oh, he didn't say he was black.
Yeah. Hey, no, I like that. I like that idea about that with the veterans. Chocolate Pope, we're gonna come to you right after Jerome. Go ahead. What's up, Jerome?
I was just agreeing with him. Don't tear it down. But since Orange Man like to change names, leave the ballroom up and call it Barack Obama Ballroom.
Hey, I got one. Hey, you know what? That's the perfect name.
You're trying to kill that man.
Hey, that's the perfect name for it to upset them. But what if they turn it into a Black History Museum and name it the Barack Obama Black History? Yeah. Man, they
Let's do that. Leave it up. Leave it up. Yeah. If Orange Man can come in and change the Gulf America and all that, we could change the name to the ballroom. Leave it up. Yeah.
All right. That's what's up. Hey, let me thank y'all. Y'all make sure y'all check out the comments. I'm sharing some of them on the screens. the viewers are watching. Hey, we see y'all over there, and we appreciate y'all tapping in. And by all means, keep the comments coming in, and we'll address them as we can. Pope, what you got to throw out there for us?
So I did want. I'm glad you mentioned the comments. One comment, like it's probably two that you brought up previously. They mentioned the economy being the quiet part being said out loud.
Yeah.
I found that a little funny because I don't think anything is quiet about the economy. The reason I understand the sentiment is just I thought, yeah, ain't nothing quiet about, the prices of food increasing month by month 6 and 7%, and you can see it on a month-to-month basis.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, there's nothing quiet about that. People are voting because they're hoping that there's going to be some kind of lid put on the inflation. Yeah, and some people call it hyperstagflation, but yeah, the people are voting because they're hoping something is going to be different, something is going to change, because it's real loud how bad the money flow is right now.
Well, I'll tell you this, Poke Dog, and then you can go ahead and address your comment your topic. One of my friends that lives here in Central Texas, I asked him, so is the economy worse? Was it worse under Biden than it is under Trump? And he gonna say it's about the same. But he's a diehard MAGA. I don't know. To me, it's not the same. To me, it seems like things are getting worse, but that's just me on my
The value
thoughts.
of the dollar is rapidly decreasing.
Yeah, but that just shows you how MAGA is loyal to the end, no matter what Trump does, even though he's not putting America first with all the money he's giving to Argentina over there, whatever. But that's another deal. I want to make sure we get to Pokey's talking point. Poke Dog, what you got for us out there? Let them know what you're talking about in the barbershop. But before you do that, though, I got one question for your ass. I got one question.
I'm not. I know what you're finna ask. I'm not. It's not finna hit.
Are you gonna cry?
No. No.
Hey, Pokey.
Not happening.
Poke said he ain't crying about shit. Okay, he knew what I was gonna say already.
Yeah, that's what I know. It's not happening.
Okay, Poke Dog, what you got for us out there?
Well, today I wanted to be just a little bit more barbershop, because I know we can get political. We were talking about some deep history and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I wanted to put some pressure on these boys a little bit, so I'm going to ask a question, and there's going to be some premises to it.
Okay.
So, you are going to start a team, basketball team. Your first player is a center. Any center you want, except Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, Gil O'Neal, Hakeem Olajuwon. I'll say it again if you need me to.
Damn.
Well, I'm gonna say this right quick. I don't even watch much basketball, so I'm gonna have to leave this to some of the basketball players, cause other than them that you just named, shit, I don't know. Well, that one from San Antonio, that tall one, I forgot his name, but shit. So anyway, let me see what Jerome's saying. So what's up, Jerome?
David Robinson. I don't like that young boy right there now, but David Robinson. Yeah, him. Yeah.
Okay.
He all right, but he ain't got enough weight on him yet. Put him against Shaq or a big boy.
Shit, Kevin Durant don't got a lot of weight on him. He's knocking him down. But Poke, that was your deal starting the team and who the center?
Yeah, and I like Jay's answer. That David Robinson is a good one.
Right. Okay. Chocolate Buddha.
Man, I don't really watch basketball, man. If it ain't got to do with Chicago, and I'm talking about the Michael Jordan era, I'm already out. But the first name that popped up to me, with somebody with no weight, but because he tall, Manute Bol, that long Spider-Man motherfucker, he can catch something and throw it to everybody. But yeah, I can't really give you too much on that, dog.
Right.
All right.
Okay. All right. Rico, what's up? Who's your center?
Did you say we couldn't say Shaq?
Correct.
Okay. Then for me, I would go between Patrick Ewing and Alonzo Mourning. Patrick Ewing, because he got a jumper.
Not bad.
Yeah, he
not
got
bad.
a jumper, better jumper than Alonzo. But they both in the Hall of Fame. But yeah, Patrick Ewing.
Okay.
One in there with no rings.
Oh shit! Somebody said Charles Barkley.
Charles
Well,
Barkley.
that's a low blow, man. Damn. It's the truth. It's the truth. But that's a low blow.
Okay. All right. So what else? What? Where you going with that, Poke? That's all. That's all you got on there right there. Who the center gonna be?
That was it. I just that's the basketball is barbershop talk all day, every day,
Yeah.
and I just want to make sure we had a bit of it in there.
Yeah. Sports is definitely big time in the barbershop. One thing you won't hear me bring up sports too much because I don't really follow it that much. So I'm not that really knowledgeable about it. I have some guys over on a couple of other sports podcasts. Man, they know all of the stats and all that shit. You know, I really don't, but I will drop a comment on it. Had I known that had been coming, which we never know, I'd have done a little research on that, but I ain't know. So
Little cheat sheet.
yeah, I had a little cheat sheet. So let me see Jerome, what you got to throw out in the barbershop?
Man, I'm just listening and learning today. But next week, I'm gonna have something for all y'all.
Well,
y'all, I didn't expect it to be like this. I'm glad it is because really I'm listening and I'm learning a whole lot of shit that I needed to know. Because Paul, you know, I be on Facebook talking big about Trump and everybody, but now I'm getting a lot of fire. Yeah, Mega think they hate me now. Yeah.
I know you be on there talking a lot of shit. That's why I knew you'll be good up in the barbershop because the door is wide open up in the barbershop.
Yeah.
But that's cool that you don't have anything. I'm gonna come up here to go ahead.
But I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna get with y'all. Now we talk about sports, then we can talk sports because you know he didn't say nothing about me saying nothing about his team, the Cowboys. But we'll come back to that.
I noticed that. And I want to tell you that I kind of noticed that a little bit. I thought he was saving that for later on or something. But
okay.
It's a heavy hit around.
Because I see you post about the Cowboys.
My bag, dog. Yeah, you know I hate the Cowboys. I ain't gonna say I call them cow bitches, but I won't.
Well,
okay,
the thing,
go ahead.
is that it's easy because he's a fan.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the thing. The more you talk about it, the more I know you're a fan.
Yeah.
Like
you know what?
When they didn't play on Sunday, you got up a little upset. Damn, I can't watch the Cowboys.
No. Like I tell everybody, I'm only a cow bitches fan when they lose.
Hey, but you watch them every game. That's
because I'm stuck here.
Look, the most electrifying sports entertainment industry belongs to.
I'll put it like this: I'm a Steelers fan.
Hey, let me go to this right here. I need to get the chocolate Buddha for his comment right there, topic or whatever.
Okay, but since we talk about sports, it's everything Chicago for me. I don't give a damn if we ain't won a ring since '85. The Bears forever. Basketball is the Bulls. I don't give a fuck who playing, who not playing. That's me. But since we up in the barbershop, and I did come and get that fade and try to get some of these grays dyed up.
Right.
I want to talk about some hustle because in the barbershop, we always talk about trying to make some money, right?
Right.
How to get that next coin. And I want y'all to take this name down. Terrion Caldwell. I'll write it in the chat thing. Tarion Caldwell. He's a content creator. And the reason why I'm talking about this guy other than the other content creators that's out there is because he gave out some knowledge for free. Mm-hmm. What the brother was saying was that if you on social media and you posting all the time, you should be making up some money. Hey, appreciate whoever put that up there.
I did.
Thank you, brother. But what he did was broke down the way to get into the algorithm. A lot of people keep missing the fact that when you're on social media, it's not about how much money you're spending on your camera and who you're bringing in. It's about saying the right thing at the right time to get in that algorithm that's going to get you paid. And I can't elaborate as well as he did because I'm actually a student. I'm going to try to be next month telling y'all if it worked or not for me. But basically what he says, you need to be posting at least 3 times a day. And every time you post, you need to be posting between 7 and 10 things in the post. But here's the key about the post. You just can't be posting some simple shit. You need to post shit that's already gone viral and stuff that's got 1,000 views and stuff. And there's a way to do it. The basic way you do it is you take one of those videos that's been showing everything over 1,000 views, like Wizzo Talk. Use those videos, repost that shit, motherfuckers. Take it to repost. Take it to repost, and you got to download the app. You take it to repost, and then you either put commentary on it or do a split screen so you can show yourself on CapCut. That's another one you can use, and then you post that in your stories.
Mm-hmm.
You do that as a habit, like I said, 3 times a day, 7 to 10 posts. And what it happened was your content to get caught up in the algorithm. Once you get caught up in the algorithm, it's going to be showing that you have done so many numbers, and that's how you get paid. And when he said this stuff, I was like, God damn.
Yeah.
It pays to study. So I'm just sharing this with y'all because I just got this a couple of days ago. I'm excited about it. But next month, because I'm going to start all this stuff that I wrote down, I'm doing homework on it. I'm going to start doing those 3 times a day, 7 to 10 posts. Not just on stuff that he told me to do, but some of my content, some of Wizzo's content,
Mm-hmm.
and the end of November, December, I'll be able to tell y'all what kind of coins that I got, because this social media thing is not going away, and they got a lot of kids bringing home between $5,000 to $15,000 a month on this stuff.
Yeah.
And the reason they're doing it is because they have knowledge of it. I'm gonna give you a point that I looked up, and I was like, God damn it, this dude was right. Have you ever seen a video where somebody's on the split screen? The shit is funny as hell, and the person that's on the split screen is just looking at the screen like this.
Yeah.
And you wonder, this motherfucker, why he not laughing? Well, the reason he's not laughing is because he at work. He's doing that for like 10 or 20 other videos. He's trying to get this shit in rotation so he can get in the algorithm. And that's why they're not doing it. I'm like, shit, I ain't trying to be no $30,000 a month guy to be nice, but if I can get me $1,000 to $3,000 a month off this shit, motherfucker, I'm about to Alamada Peter this shit. Man.
I love the call back.
This Alamada Peter money.
I will tell you that I've seen that before where they can post different things like that. But I will say this, that there is some videos on Wizzo Talk, and there's one of them called Can Black People Be Racist? That particular video has done over 39,000 views. It was a short. So there is a lot of shorts on Wizzo Talk that's then done 2,000, 3,000. Some of them then done 1 view. So if you need some content, you can split it. I have it set to where you can share it and split it and do all that, because on some of them, you have to give like permission or something like that, I believe, to wind up doing that. But if you definitely, I covered it a while back on one of the episodes that the internet is making people millionaires out there, with posting every day, learning that. And so it's good that guy gave that information free. So that's what's up on that. I'm gonna read this comment if somebody had something to talk about.
Yeah, I was just looking at it, and I really want to say something on that too.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And first I'm gonna read it. Would love to hear shop talk on brothers' knowledge on setting up wills and trust instead of asking for financial help to bury a loved one. That is something that, and we talk about our community, we really have to get on top of that. I had to borrow money to bury my niece that was murdered by her baby daddy, and luckily I had the money to cover my grandmother's funeral because she didn't have the money on that. We don't have to go through lawyers and stuff to build this shit. I'm gonna make a note to myself to put down the site that I have where you can actually do your own wills, work on getting trust, and you can take it to somebody to cut down the cost of having this done. But this is something we really need to do when we talk about burying a loved one, because one of the things my grandmother said was, don't be selling no fish plates to fucking bury me.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily I was in a position not to do that. But for those that are out there, you don't want to have this talk. This is a talk that we have to have, just like talking sex to kids. You might say, hey, I don't want my little girl to do this, but guess what's going to happen when she's 18, 19?
Yeah.
Some nunking, some hunching. So have a conversation. We got to have this conversation about buried loved ones. First and foremost, we need to talk about the cost, because there's a lot of plans out there where they tell you, well, you need $30,000 to bury, $50,000. No, you don't. Go find out how much it costs and then work on that. This is my personal belief. There's a lot of people that are against this. And my little brother tell me all the time, man, Harvey, you crazy, man. There's no way I'm not going into the ground with a nice white casket and all this. And I said, look, I've been near death too many damn times to care about it. When I die, put me in the box. Don't spend no damn money on a brand new suit, because nobody gonna see it after you close that. Burn the shit out of me and spread those ashes to be done with. The money that you're gonna spend on the headstone and all that shit, y'all could be spending on paying these bills to keep great grandmother's house going for another 150 years. But that's just me. But for those that want to spend that money, you gotta start putting that shit up now.
Yeah. I'm gonna come right to you there, Rico. I'm gonna say that I talked with Latanya, I can't remember her last name, and we talked about burial insurance and burying and all these different things like that. And it's in my notes to do it again. I haven't yet, because it's a process of getting people on the show and getting that on there. But I will say this about me, and Rico, I'm gonna come to you right next. For my grandkids, I just got them a IUL policy here a little while ago at a low rate of, like, one is 10, one's 16, one's 2 years old or whatever, for, like, I think for all four of them is $49 a month. And you have to do that. So now they're set. That policy will grow with them. They'll be able to get cash from that, benefits from that, because we had a guy on Wizzo Talk a while back, and he was talking about he was tired of seeing all these GoFundMes when someone passed or someone, lose their life or something like that. And I have one on myself already. And I've made and I'm going to say this and I'm coming to Rico. I've made a video of what I want to happen and take place when I pass. And I told my kids where to find that video. Matter of fact, it's on this laptop that I'm on now, and I'm going to put it on a thumb drive just in case I ever have this laptop gone with me. But it gives, detailed instructions on what to do, where the policies are at, where this is at, where that's at, because we have to have that conversation. They know when, where to bury me or whatever. I don't want no preacher up there preaching for no hour and 2 hours and all that. He don't know me, and I don't even want no damn comments. I want a viewing. Let them come by and watch by and view my ass and say hello. I don't want no obituaries, because I don't want to be in no damn obituary book. But that's just me. I don't want to go too long on that. But we are having those comments, and I'll have that lady on pretty soon. So that's a good point, good thing. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Hit the notification, so when we do that, you won't miss out. I'm gonna come to you next, Big Poke. Let me see what Rico had.
I was going to talk about what the lady was saying about life insurance, and and you was talking about the IULs. It is very important, and that is another hood that these the white people have pulled over our heads. Most of our people think that getting life insurance is a jinx on your life and you're going to die. When J.D. Rockefeller, he created something he called the waterfall method. What he done was they created a trust, and everyone in their family, they had like $1 million worth of life insurance. And of course, like you said, it grows with time, and they can borrow against it.
Yeah.
Once you once you turn 18, they borrow that $1 million to start a business and all of that, right? That's their money, and you can pay it back with interest. And when you die, it's just paid out. You see what I'm saying? This way, and it's tax-free. Life insurance is tax-free. A majority of the rich, they put their money in whole life cash value life insurance policies because it's tax-free. And our people need to understand, if you can't afford life insurance, like Wizzo said, get you some burial insurance. It's cheaper. But life insurance is the way to go. It's not putting a jinx on your life. It's being responsible so that when you do go, you don't have people your family trying to figure out a way to bury you, and you can put some money away or have some money to give your children if you never did anything for them in your life. That's a way for you to finally do something for them. So it is very important, and I'm glad the lady brought that up. It's another thing we need to realize, that we need to be responsible and get life insurance.
Poke Dog, what you got?
Well, I kind of just wanted to go through the gamut about the levels of the insurance, well, because especially like when it comes to the burial part, where GoFundMe's and selling the plates and things like that. Like that's one of the easiest ways to start specifically to take care of the burial needs is through a burial policy, and it's a lot easier than you think. Like especially in places where Black people have long lived, like a lot of them will use the same churches. Those churches usually will, excuse me, not churches, funeral parlors. They'll use the same funeral parlors, the same services. Like usually they'll have burial policies specifically there that you can pay them directly and for the plot. That way it's all taken care of, and it's just like an insurance policy. It's just done directly, and usually it's cheaper because you're paying them directly.
Yeah.
And then of course you can always just buy you one, however, through a national carrier or a local carrier, but it is a lot easier than people think, and it's not as expensive either. And one of the biggest things when it comes to life insurance, especially if we're talking about whole life policies, the younger you are when you get them, the cheaper they are. And then the more time the value has to increase.
I was about to say that. Yep.
Yeah. That's one of the key factors when it comes to whole life policies. Now, even for other situations, there's policies that you'll have for specific situations. Like if you're a young couple and you have a house, you may want to have an accidental death and dismemberment policy to make sure that house get paid off in case of the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
And then when you were talking about what you have for you basically have your living will. What you can do is usually if you have a decent credit card, there's a legal group you can be a part of that will help you put a lawyer on retainer at a discount rate, and you can give that to that lawyer. And at the time that you pass, because you're already paying into it, they will come and evaluate the will.
Right. I'm gonna say this, because I just looked it up. I did a video. It was about a year ago. Your trusted life insurance broker, Latanya. So if you go and look to whoever's interested in it, she is a licensed insurance broker, and we covered a lot in that interview. That IULs, whole life, term life, and different things like that. And I got it on my grandkids, the IUL. Getting some feedback somewhere. And I don't know who that is. Oh, that's probably Chocolate Buddha. I think we hear you in the back. So just make sure if you're interested in that. I've covered that before. I'm getting ready to work on that again. Your trusted life insurance broker. She's under my live videos, so you make sure you check that out, because I think a lot of us, and I only know about Black. I can't say white people. I know some of us. We go on out there and we buying all these cars. We buying all this other stuff, and we're not taking care of no life insurance. And if you are a grandparent and your kids don't have any insurance on your grandkids, get some on them now. You pay for it because it's really cheap. I'm telling you, I think for my oldest grandson is 15, and I think it's like $12 or something like that. Like I said, between all four of them, it's nothing but $49. So when something happens to me, my daughter, the youngest one, but she'll let my son them know, hey, keep these, do not let them lapse. Keep these policies on these kids. We have to get more life insurance. I don't know if I covered anything you were saying, Pope, but I had looked that up, and I want to make sure that I got that out, because I would lose my train of thought.
No, I totally understand. Yeah.
And I ain't through with the wine, but I'm going to pour me another glass. Let me do this before we go to somebody. Let me thank all of our viewers out there that's watching us. I appreciate y'all tapping in. You'd like to be a guest on Wizzo Talk, by all means, hit me up in the comments. Don't worry about a topic. I have plenty of topics. Or even if you have a topic, I have adult conversations coming up and barbershop talk coming up. Or if you just like to do a one-on-one, that's fine. I'm doing a one-on-one next week on the 12th with a friend of mine that's a vegan. I think that's what he said. Vegetarian. I'm sorry, he was vegetarian, and I'm doing a one-on-one with him and different things like that. So I'm always willing to host a one-on-one, or if you like to jump in the barbershop or adult conversation like Jerome, he's sitting back chilling, taking notes, and we'd love to have you on the show. So make sure y'all drop on in. Poke Dog, will you want to touch up on anything else on that or something? Or
I had reached everything that I had notated on. Yeah, I got to it all.
Right.
Yeah, I was good there.
Anybody got any comments on anything Poke Dog was breaking up? Well, I'm gonna ask you this right here. One thing I'm gonna switch it back to. I had that funeral and all that stuff in my comments, but I'm saving that for something else. Yeah, I make notes as I go. For different topics. I'm always putting notes in my phone. But I have to ask y'all this right here. And it's about politics again. Letitia, I might be saying her name wrong. The Attorney General of New York. I believe that's what her
Letitia
title.
James.
Letitia James. What I say, Latasha or something? Letitia.
No, you
James.
said it right.
So I just want to touch base on that for a second, just to see what you guys think about that. Now Trump's first attorney, Eric Siebert, I might be saying that wrong, whatever, couldn't find anything on her. My pronunciation is terrible, especially after 2 glasses of wine. He couldn't find anything on this lady, on Letitia. He couldn't find anything. So he wound up resigning because he knew Trump was about to fire his ass or whatever, since he couldn't find anything on her. So Trump put his personal attorney up in there, and Trump said also, she got to be guilty of something, so find out what it is. So this lady then went and found out bank fraud and lying to, I had it somewhere, but I can't find it. Lying about something.
Her secondary home.
Oh, it is bank fraud, making a false statement to a financial institute, and then it was that right there. So my thing is he's saying she's got to be guilty of something. So find something on her. So I'm just asking you guys, does it sound like he's saying plant something on her? If you can't find nothing, make something up or plant something on her. So with that being said, let me come over here to Jerome first and see, what do you think? What do you think better? I'm not sure if you're familiar with that situation. The black lady attorney general up in New York, where she had brought a suit against Trump a while back, and so what are you thinking about that?
Yeah, he just trying to set her up so he could get her out the way. That's all. Cause she got a lot of stuff on her that probably ain't came out yet, and he probably knows she know. So he just trying to get her out the way.
Okay, all right, that's what's up. Let me see, Chocolate Buddha, what you got? The Cowboys winning the Super Bowl this year. That's what somebody just asked that question.
I was just about to throw Alamada out there just for the fun of it, but I ain't gonna do that.
So what do you think about that, Chocolate Buddha?
What I think is that Agent Orange is still on his "I want to be king" stuff, and even though he doesn't have anything on her, he wants to find somebody dumb enough to come forward, because the young blonde that he got up there to do that, nobody even wanted to sign off on the paperwork she done, and she was so alone with this. The judge was like, "Why do I have 3 copies of this shit with different things on there?" So I think that he knows that he's up against an adversary, and he just wants to make her life uncomfortable, because there's nothing there. There's nothing there. And the same thing that he's doing to James Comey is going to turn out the same way. He's just headhunting because he butthurt because they caught him up and stood up to him the right way. That's all I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
That man, were you done, Chocolate Buddha?
Yeah.
Oh, that man is a criminal. And for the first time in his life, he was held accountable for his actions. And it's driving him nuts. And he's a petty little fragile fecal man and feckless, should I say. And he wants payback. He wants payback. He said it. Just like you said, they got to be guilty of something. We running out of time. You need to charge them now. I want them charged. Yeah, it don't matter that they haven't done anything. He just want people. That's why he put the people in place who he did. He want people there. He don't want smart people around him. The man said on TV that I love the uneducated. That's what he said.
He loves himself.
Yeah, because he's an idiot. A useful idiot for them.
All right. Poke Dog, what you got?
Oh man,
We covered quite a bit, but what do you think about Letitia and Comey and them? You know, I didn't throw them off in there, but he basically said the same thing. You know, find something on them. They got to be guilty of something. So is that saying plant something on them or find anything?
it's power. I have the power.
Yeah.
Yeah. You was trying to get me when I was down, but I'm up now.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm up now. Turnabout's fair play. Yeah, I'm the HNIC.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
All
mean
right.
the WNIC?
Okay. All right. Chocolate Booty, you got anything on that?
Look, he even said he wanted them to find something on President Obama, but they had to tell him that he has a presidential immunity. Remember, they gave that to you now. Everybody, he was like, man, because they want to do something to him so bad. That's what this Affordable Care Act or Obamacare stuff about. They can't find a way to get rid of it, so they're gonna make it too high so people can't use it. They don't want that man to have any legacy. They want to erase that he ever was the president.
Here's the thing, man. That's what they want. But what's really killing them is that they know that legacy's already locked in. It's already. This is the reason why after all these years, they still got Obama's name in their mouth.
Yep.
They can't get that taste out of their mouth. No matter what they do, no matter what they say, it's still gonna end up with, well, Obama didn't do it, and it hurt him. I love it. I love it.
I got to say something. I got to say something real quick.
Okay.
Look, the insurance companies, okay, like that, like I dislike it that it's been misnomer Obamacare. I dislike that so much. I dislike that so much that it's been misnomer as Obamacare. Look, the insurance companies got the biggest lottery ticket in history, if you've ever looked at that. Look, and it's what I do, which is why I'm saying this. That's why I hate that it is called that name.
Yeah.
Because one of the reasons that the government is still shut down is because they do not want to give those tax credits back. And the insurance companies are telling the Democrats, don't do nothing till we get them tax credits. Because a policy for a single person, just one person, not 35-year-old man, on average by itself is about $1,000. And this is going with a $7,500 deductible. That is the average plan and the average price for a 35-year-old non-smoking man.
Damn.
That without those tax credits, everybody who had one of those plans is paying a rack or better and don't have a family.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's through the roof now.
Yeah.
And then I'll even say this, with subsidy aside, from 2025 to 2026, on average, the premiums for every one of those plans is going up 18%.
Yep.
Yeah, it's definitely.
And I'm saying that factually, the average for those plans, no tax credit aside, if you made as an individual person $65,000 or better, depending on what state you're in, you do not qualify for a tax credit. So now $12,000 a month is dedicated to your health insurance, with $7,500 still being your responsibility before it gets in anything active.
Yeah.
This is the insurance companies have had that was the biggest W for every insurance company CEO, board of director, and anybody in between that can make money between the insurance companies conglomerate on that.
Right.
That is why I dislike it when people refer to it as Obamacare.
Yeah.
That is the insurance W.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. They only do that because to turn their base against it. That's why it's called Obamacare. And them idiots, most of them, you say, do you want Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act? I want the Affordable Care Act. It's cheaper. So they
It's the damn
stupid.
thing.
Man,
It's
they
the same.
frustrate me, man.
Hey, it's the same thing with welfare.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm not on welfare. I'm on government assistance.
Yeah.
Man, they don't even realize, they don't even know what welfare is. Hell, when he gave money to the banks, that's welfare.
Right.
Welfare is anything given to you from the government to help you. That's welfare. It doesn't just go to poor black people, white folks. Y'all need to read. God damn it.
With your onomatopoeia ass.
Yeah. And let me address this comment. Hell no, I'm not fighting Tyson for no $10 million and would you rather date someone with eyebrows or no teeth. Hey, look, you ain't saying what the pussy look like. I mean, shit, if you ain't got no teeth, that must be some good head. So I'm just saying, you talking about eyebrows. Most men is not looking at no damn eyebrows. If we are, we going right past them. Poke dog, what's on your mind?
That what you just said. Like unless your eyebrows are jacked up, we are not paying attention to them.
No.
The only time we see them is when they look messed up.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Or if they looking up at her while they sucking on some dick. But anyway, I'm just saying.
Hey, look, Wizzo, man, look, I'm trying to tell these women, man, they be like, no, y'all not like that. I said, how you gonna tell me we not like? When we see y'all, we see sex. Yeah. We don't approach you because we think you're gonna be a good wife or a good mother to our children. We want to have,
you know how to bake some good cookies.
We want to have sex with you. If you end up being a good person or a nice young lady or woman, that's a plus. But we approach you because we want sex. We want to have sex.
Oh, okay. This is where I got to get in here and say, God damn it, y'all got to speak for self. Now, Chocolate Buddha 23, 21, 35, that was probably correct. Chocolate Buddha 55, if I'm approaching you, it's because you're pretty, you're nice, and I want to know, hey, what's your FICO score look like? What kind of business you do? What you doing? That's where I'm at now. I don't care about no booty. I don't care. You can put some eyebrows on. Yeah, but if you connect me to where I'm trying to get to, come on, girl. Get in the car. That's what I'm right now. I'm just speaking for me.
Yeah.
I just want you to know, you should stay away from most of the social media because you're going to be referred to as sassy. These are not my words. I'm just saying,
check it out, man. They can call me sassy. They can call me sugar tank. They can call me whatever they want.
Sure.
But they ain't paying these bills over here. And if they want to know just how sassy old Chocolate Buddha is, these things right here, they proven.
Already.
So I'll laugh with you till you get close to me. And like somebody talked about that Mike Tyson thing, they gonna find out. I ain't Mike Tyson, but I'm damn sure a tooth chipper. For real.
I heard that shit.
Already.
That's what's up.
But you ain't gonna put hands on women calling you sassy though, because it's gonna be the women that saying that.
Hey, look, I ain't gonna put hands on anybody that don't put hands on me. If you know me, I'm an equal opportunity person. Whether you sit down to pee or stand up, if you put your hands on me, you're going down.
Already.
Don't touch me. Remember that.
Equal rights,
equal opportunity.
Equal rights and equal lefts.
One of them rappers said, I ain't no killer, but don't push me.
Don't push me.
But anyway, but that being said, that I just had to address that comment in there when it's talking about no eyebrows or whatever, something like that. And Chocolate Buddha, I hear what you're saying. Once you get to a certain age, if you've been out there fucking since you was about 10 years old, once you get up there into your late 50s, then you're on a whole different level about pussy. I mean, plus you didn't learn. Oh, go ahead.
Now we got to go into the history of Chocolate Buddha. I ain't always been a man of, niceties and trying to be evil. I've been in the world, damn it. And for a black man to be single in Germany, that's all I got to say.
Right.
Been there.
If you don't know, ask people that's been there and done that. And they will tell you why at 55, I'm good.
I'm going to tell you this. I ain't never been there, so I can't relate. However, back when I worked at this place back in the 90s, this one coworker, ex-military guy, told me that he got the best head from Germany and that they know how to suck some dick over there. I don't know because I ain't never been over there. That's just what he told me. Go.
Hey, Wizzo, I got a story. Since you said that, I got a story. Hey, look, when I got over to Germany, my roommate was this specialist Lopez, and man, one night, man, he came around the corner because Chocolate Buddha. We used to put the wall lockers as privacy, right?
Yep.
So, to divide the room. And man, he came over there. He say, "Damn, Hewlett, you making more noise than her." Dude, she was on my knee, but she had an earring in her tongue. I was like,
She brought the bitch out in it.
He wasn't lying. Dog, hey, I still remember her name. She'll forever have a piece of my heart. Her name was Katia. Yes, hey, Katia. She had red hair.
Let me go ahead and clean a little bit up in the barbershop. Just in case one of the kids come in here and get their hair cut. So I'm gonna have to clean it up for y'all, goddammit. In Germany, even though all that shit's true, the kids just came up in here.
Okay.
The reason why I love it so much, and Germany will forever have a part in my heart, is I went over there from the 82nd to be a killer. I went over there to be the ultimate soldier. And them motherfuckers said, no, your skin is nice, you're exotic, and we're going to give you these Deutschmarks to put on these funny clothes and walk across the stage. Can you do that for us, sir, please?
Damn.
I was making as much money as my little E6 paycheck modeling for Germans. And the reason I bring this up is because all the other stuff is true, but when you go to Europe, not just Germany, but Europe, this right here, they love that.
Yeah.
Bosnia, Italy, England, Switzerland, Holland. Everywhere I went, I had to look in the mirror and make sure I wasn't Denzel.
Damn.
Yeah, the darker
they
the better.
love us. I couldn't go anywhere. There's a picture in Croatia, a video in Croatia, with me with my shirt off, with all these women whose language I do not speak because of the color of my skin. There's a picture of me in a park in Tuzla. I'm holding some kid. I don't know who the hell this kid is or who gave it to me. There's women underneath me, between my legs, over my shoulder, just to take a picture with me because I was the only black within about 100 miles. So when I say Europe, yeah, all the other stuff is true, but there's a lot more that comes with that. They love us. And why am I bringing that up? Because the story, the narrative that's being told in America is a fucking lie.
Right.
Yes. Wizzo, that the over there, man, like they say they love it. Man, this white friend of mine I had over there named Chad, man, he used to say to me, man, I wish I was black. I was like, what? Because the women over there, they only want
I've heard
us.
that.
And the men, the men from those countries he named, they hate us because they know they women, they want to do us all. I'm telling you, go to a club over there in Europe and you don't leave out of there with at a minimum of one and getting something wrong with you. Damn. Look, they called the club where I was at, they called the club the meat market. One night when I first, they say, man, you going to the meat market tonight? I said, man, why you going to buy groceries at this time of night? He said, no, that's what we call the club. I said, why? He said, because they giving pussy away by the pound.
Damn. Look, so I guess I'm the only civilian in here because Poke, you been in too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jerome, you been in, right? Oh, you had, okay, so me and you the only civilians up in here then. Okay.
I don't know how I feel about that comment though.
Which one?
Which one?
They love my daughter's barrettes and all her hair. They were fascinated with our hair too.
Well, let me go ahead and explain that. Unlike over here, where they still have this notion that we might be that stuff, they really have an appreciation for black people and black culture. Two things. The first thing, I'm a big hip hop head. When you go to Germany, if you talk about hip hop and you don't start from 1973, they're gonna tear your ass up. They know our history. They love our history. Go back a little further than that. The reason why we are so loved over there is really because of the military. When World War II ended, and we had them, marching around, treating them like bad people because of the Nazi regime and stuff. And this is where I have to be honest and you see I'm putting my palms up, the white soldiers treated the women and the kids like shit.
Mm.
They dogged them out. They spit on them. They called them everything but the children of God. The black soldiers, who was being treated like shit by the same white soldiers, would go into those villages and stuff, and they would play with the kids. They would see if the kids needed something to eat. They would take care of the women. And you know us, somebody was just mentioning before about eyebrows and stuff. We see a nice ass, we're going to comment on it.
Yeah.
We ain't going to talk about that. I don't care who you was fighting for before, but damn, that ass is fine, girl. What's your number? And that's what they remember. And the good thing about going to Europe instead of just reading it, you don't just get to hear about it from the past. I got to talk to people that was kids during World War II, that was in their 70s and 80s, and they would look at me. I was like, why y'all always look at us like that, want to touch our skin like this? Because after the war, we were so hungry, so poor, and being treated like shit by the Americans and everybody else. It was the black soldiers that treated us with dignity and respect. It was the black soldiers that didn't try to rape our girls and stuff, but they did try to get in them draws.
Yeah.
They did talk to them nicely, but they made them feel special.
Right.
So when we talk about it, again, this is why history is so important, man.
Yeah.
We got to know the why behind the what. We can always point at what's happening. Yeah, in Germany, black people are goddesses and stuff. But why? Well, because history, we were able to go over there and prove ourselves, and it's just been passed down by generations.
Right. You know, let me just say this, and Poke, you can correct me if I'm wrong or whatever. Did you have a trouble with the Boret part of it? Thinking that maybe that it's a young kid or a young child or something like that? When you said you said something about you didn't know about that comment.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
What I was saying is because how did I say it? In my experience, when I've seen others interested in the texture of our hair, it has not been a positive experience in my view. And that's why I was like, and I didn't want to assume it was something that I've seen before, which is why I said I don't particularly know how I feel about that.
Okay.
That statement.
Gotcha.
Because it's because when I read it, it's like a couple of images came into my head that were not very positive. Right. That's all.
And I caught that. That's why I said that there are some people in America. That's the reason why they always reach and doing that. But I'm telling you, when I was in Germany, are the kids still in the barbershop? I had a high box, and every time somebody touched my hair, they was touching something else. I'm gonna leave it at that.
I heard that.
I can dig it.
Chocolate Buddha, I've heard you say before how they treat us a whole lot better over there. Let me see what Jerome. What's up, Jerome in the hills?
Oh, I gotta run, man.
Okay. Hey,
so
you got
I didn't want to just bow, but I'll get with you brothers later, man. And I promise I'll be on next week. Y'all taught me a whole lot, and it's a whole lot more I need to learn.
Well, you may be on next week, but it won't be on Wizzo Talk. I'm having a one-on-one with somebody else, and you won't be on that one. But I got you for when we do the next one.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow at the swing class then.
Yeah, I'll probably see about stopping by that. And y'all just know that's swing dance. We're not swingers. That's swing dance. Just want to make sure you clear that shit up.
Speak for yourself.
Oh, goddamn. Get out here. I appreciate you stopping by,
all right,
bro.
brothers, man. I get with y'all, man. I get with y'all for real.
All right. Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, he was pretty cool, y'all. He's been wanting to come on, but guys, I don't want to hold y'all too much longer. We closing in on 2 hours. You know how I get to going in the barbershop talking. Before you know it, time has passed. Ain't nobody got a haircut. We still sit with that little tissue around our neck and shit. Barber ain't started to cut the damn clippers on yet. But before we get to the closing comments, let me make sure I thank all of the viewers out there that's watching. Hey, I appreciate all the comments coming in. And if you're watching me on Facebook, just follow me on Paul Wizzo. And whenever I post something, you'll get that notification. And we'll get you on the show. If you like to be on the show, by all means, definitely hit us up. And I got you covered on that. Totally. I had to do something else when y'all see me looking off the screen. So with that being said, let me get some closing comments, and let me get this screen right here up, and let's go with Big Poke Dog. And Poke, now you already know what I'm gonna say. When you get to giving your closing comments and shit, don't be crying and shit.
No woman, no cry, man.
Yeah, that's an inside joke, Poke. He already knew where I was going with that shit.
Yeah.
he ain't crying about shit. All right, Poke. What's your closing comments right here, brother?
Well, always, it's a pleasure hanging with you. It's always nice to sharpen steel, getting the different conversations about different topics. Always a great thing. Shout out to Seven. Godspeed to you getting healthy, man. Can't wait to get you back on here. Would have loved to have seen what you would have responded to old Buddha about. That would have been funny. I believe that for sure. Yeah,
that'd have been fire.
Yeah, he probably threw his milkshake at the screen. Yeah.
Oh shit,
Rico, you're a little more tame today. Like I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised. Usually you come with a little bit more hot fire. You be like dialing, and dialing. You
The
usually
five
get in there
best
like
rappers
that.
alive.
Hey, I've been trying to let everybody else talk.
yeah.
That's okay though. It's always a pleasure to have a good conversation with you, man. You brought up some nice points today.
That's what's up. Well, I Poke Dog, as always, I appreciate you, and you be sharing them videos of them bikes, man, them cams or spiders or whatever they call it.
Yes, sir.
Every time I get to watching them, I get to look at it. Know damn well I don't need to get me one of them, but boy, y'all be out there lined up, man. They be looking good. I'd be like, ooh, shit, but I know I can't get up in there. But hey, I appreciate you sharing that on Facebook, and I appreciate you answering the call and logging on Wizzo Talk at all times. So it's always glad to have you. You always bring a little bit different point of view to everything. So we appreciate that. And the next time we get Jerome on, you're gonna have to make sure you get him about them damn boys. That's all I know.
Well, you know what? Because he's a Steelers fan. That's one of the few franchises I give respect to.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, the Steelers and the 49ers. Although I dislike the 49ers, I still give them respect.
All right, that's what's up. Yeah. That's what's up. All right, then. Well,
everybody else I don't care about.
I heard that shit. All right, that's what's up. Rico, what's up? What you got on the closing comments?
Hey, for everyone, our people out there, look, the American economy is collapsing. We're about to go through not a recession, but a depression. Prepare yourselves, withdraw a little money at a time, and keep some cash on hand because you're going to need it. If you're not invested in crypto, you should be. I'm toning it down some because I know what's coming, Big Pokey, and I'm trying to educate our people and help them out because these things about to get serious. We're going to go through a whole reset. The economy is going to collapse. The American dollar eventually going to go to zero, and when we power back up, we're going to be in a digital world. That is what's happening. Banks are closing. They're not allowing people to take out as much money as they have because there's no money in circulation. They're not putting it out there. All of these companies are laying off thousands and thousands of people. And with the price of inflation, we're headed toward an economic collapse. So prepare.
Yeah. And I'll say this on Grow Your Own Vegetables. I've had a cousin on here that came on Wizzo Talk also that talked about grow your food, grow your own food, because we never know what's in the food, what's on the vegetables and everything like that. So I've covered that also about grow your own. Most definitely have. So we appreciate that. And Rico, you always bring the fire too. You held back just a little bit, but hey, I already know you no matter when I call up on you, you always got something to bring on it. So we're always glad to have you on the show. And when I first met you in person, shit, I didn't realize you was as short as I was. I thought you was looking at you. I thought you were big, tall, 6'7", but yeah, you about 5'8". 5'7".
I'm 5'8".
How you messing with him, man?
5'8", 3/4 strong.
Yeah, we look at eye to eye. I said, he's a short motherfucker like me.
Yeah. Hey, hold on. Short is offensive. Vertically challenged.
Vertically challenged.
Vertically challenged.
But when I met Rico in Khalid, man, you know, hey, it was good. It was good vibes, you know. From when I think Creed turned me on to you.
Yeah.
You've been on Wizzo Talk a number of times, and we always bring the heat, the fire, and we always have a real good time conversation. So, with that being said, I appreciate you wholeheartedly, brother. Let's see what Chocolate Buddha got to say on his closing comments.
Well, you mentioned Cree, so I'm gonna go ahead and say we need Cree back up there because man, that girl be saying some stuff up there. I don't care how dark you are, you gonna blush.
Yeah,
she gonna make you blush.
I want to come on with Creed too. I like being on.
She
gonna give it to you raw and uncut.
Yeah. But
she comes on. Yeah, most definitely. I have to get her back on that adult conversation between men and women. That's usually when she's ready to come on.
She bring that fire.
Yeah.
Fire. But I just want to say, first of all, man, it is always a therapeutic pleasure to be on here with the brothers and talk. And it really is what I remember back in the 1970s, barbershop talk, when I used to look at the elders having these conversations. Some of them be bullshit, some of them be laser focused on politics or finance, but it brought the community together. And I'm going to keep on doing this, Wizzo. I'm going to thank you for putting this together, man, because communication is the core of moving forward. And what you're doing right now, whether we laugh or not, it's helping us build that bond and move forward. The last thing I want to say, because I really am about my chocolate Buddha shit, is number one, no matter who you are or where you are, if you're in the United States of America, you are an American. Don't let anybody try to make you feel less than American because they're in charge or their people are in charge or they've been telling you to lie that this country is their country. Denounce that. This is our country, especially if you're black. If you do your study, anything that's in America has been touched by somebody black. Now, with that being said, this is my chocolate Buddha message to you. No matter what color you are, no matter what gender you claim, no matter who you like, your focus, your mission in life should be to get your balance right. Live a balanced life. Be happy, but don't let nobody take anything from you. And that's Chocolate Buddha. So thank you all. Love it.
Well, Chocolate Buddha, before you go, also I'd like for you to talk to us about the survival memorial. You know, I like to bring that up from time to time. So I'd like you to touch base on that.
I appreciate that. The Survivors Memorial documentary is on Facebook as far as a page to follow. I'm still putting it together. And just recently, I got to talk to the actual founder, the woman that created the Survivors Memorial. So if you go on that page, and I'll repost it on my personal page, you can see the conversation that I had with her. Right now, it looks like I'm going to have something put together by April 2026 and have an actual showing of the film in October 2026. I'll keep you posted on that. But for those that don't know, the Survivors Memorial is the first memorial dedicated to survivors of sexual violence in the United States. The first one ever is in Minneapolis, Minnesota. There's actually two now. The second one built is in Wisconsin, but in the whole United States, not just CONUS, but pretty much worldwide, there is no memorial dedicated to survivors of sexual violence. And this is so important to me, not just because I had a job as a victim advocate and sexual assault response coordinator in the military since they started in 2005, but because my family's been affected by this personally. So this is a labor of love. It won't be the first documentary, only documentary I do, but it's the first one that I've done since I got finished with school from Full Sail University. So thank you for letting me put that plug out there, and there'll be more to follow. Maybe we'll do a one-on-one on the story. So appreciate that.
No doubt. Appreciate that. And Chocolate Buddha, as always, you know, I met you back in Iraq back in 6 or 7 or something like that. We've been friends ever since. We've managed to keep in contact with one another. And what a lot of people don't know is Barbershop Talk was used to be called Random Conversation. And I talked with Chocolate Buddha one time, and he was on or whatever. And he said, I asked him about something. I forgot how it went. But he said, yeah, I like to chop it up with you in the barbershop. I was like, oh, shit. So long story short on all that, I asked him, I said, hey, man, you mind if I use that name for Barbershop Talk? And boom, just like that, Barbershop Talk was born. And with Chocolate Buddha was the one that gave it that name because I used to just call it random conversation or something like that. So I'm always feeling for that, but he is the originator behind the title Barbershop Talk. And for that, I appreciate him and been knowing him for a while.
I'm not going to take that as the originator, but I'm glad I was a part of that conversation. And since you brought up Iraq, I got to let people know that Wizzo been the same way since day one, just like me. And I know you remember when we couldn't go into the damn building or the hut, and we went down to the middle of the damn field and made our own hut with our own TV, and we had our own game. We was doing karaoke. We was doing anything that we could to make sure that our people knew that we had their back. So this shit that Wizzo's doing right now, this ain't no first time shit. We've been doing this shit since 2008.
Yeah.
It's just digitized now.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. Hey, I still got some of the pictures of us back from over in that way. But anyway,
we need to post them motherfuckers.
We up in there playing the Wii game. Hey guys, with that being said, to all of the viewers out there that's watching, whether you catch the live now or you catch the replay, hey, I appreciate your support. You can follow Paul Wizzo on Wizzo Talk, or what is it? Not on Wizzo Talk. I'm fucking up. You can follow Paul Wizzo on Facebook. But then those of you that's watching Wizzo Talk on YouTube, I appreciate y'all's support. Hey, y'all, and last note on this, shit, I'm closing in on 900 subscribers on my
we going to 1,000.
YouTube.
We going to 1,000.
There you go.
And I remember when I just had one, I like, ain't nobody watching my shit. Don't nobody want to watch it. And it just been growing and growing and growing. And after about a few years right here, I've been just, like I said, I'm really enjoying it and having a lot of fun. So guys, with that being said, I appreciate you. I appreciate all of the viewers that's watching. And y'all stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you will get that notification whenever Wizzo Talk goes live, because I post according to my guest availability rather than a fixed schedule. With that being said, ain't nobody mad but the devil, saying this your boy Paul Wizzo saying holla at your boy.